Well, let me just say, I have such an amazing view as I look out at this crowd. The energy that I feel and see in this room, the buzz that we've been creating all week here in Cleveland. I am so energized by this feeling as I begin my service as your next chair. Because all of us here are in the business of convening people to help them reach a higher purpose. But I want to pause for just a moment and ask you to reflect on this question. What is your higher purpose? Where does the motivation, the passion to serve your association community come from? As you think about that, let me share something about my passion to serve. Growing up in Walla Walla, Washington, the ideas of service and advocacy were a formative part of my life. It was all around me. My grandfather had a career in public service. My parents were active in our local community through our church and school, professional organizations. So service played a central role as my own career took shape. As a legislative assistant on Capitol Hill, I served the needs of constituents of my home state. I transitioned to corporate government relations deeply grounded by the values of service and advocacy. And ultimately, I made my way to leading trade associations. As CEO of the American Forest and Paper Association, my spark for service revolves around our industry's commitment to advancing sustainability goals, to better our people and our planet. As I take on the role of ASAE chair, my passion, and it is a passion, to serve is driven by a desire to bring people together, to strengthen organizations and make society better. For me, associations are one of the finest models for providing meaningful dialogue and ultimately action. Now let me tell you about a time when I appreciated just how valuable this community was. I joined AF&PA in 2019 because my roots, yes, pun intended, run deep in the forest products industry. But just 6 months into the job, the excitement of this new role was overtaken by other events. Surely I don't need to remind anyone in this room what it felt like to encounter a global pandemic. I was looking for answers. Our team was looking to me for answers. And I found myself wondering, where could I turn for reliable information, meaningful dialogue, and helpful guidance? Well, the answer was clear and simple. Realizing that every organization was facing similar challenges, I leaned on our community. Through this organization, I had access to vast resources that allowed our team to leverage best practices for remote work policies, business continuity planning, recommendations for technology platforms. I attended webinars, read articles, reconnected with peers, and I cannot stress enough the value of each and every conversation. The pandemic affected all of us in so many ways. Speaking personally, I developed a heightened sense of awareness for the importance of each and every connection. and I developed a reinforced appreciation for the value of a collaborative association community. Now, today, all of us in this room are facing a very different yet formidable challenge. The political environment we find ourselves in this very moment, can feel overwhelming. The magnitude of fragmentation, polarization in our society seems greater now than more than ever. So how do we navigate through this challenge? How can we project genuine, credible optimism, not fake positivity, but I mean credible, meaning-filled optimism for our members and teams? How can we keep our volunteers from getting frustrated, keep them from losing their resolve to serve, when arguably their talent and engagement is needed now more than ever? Once again, ASAE is our trusted voice, our trusted place. This is our community. This week, we're highlighting the word unity. And isn't it appropriate and noteworthy that the word community has the word unity within it? When I think of unity, I come back to the work that we do as association leaders. The very hard work of bringing different perspectives to a shared table in search of a common ground, to pursue common missions or common views. But as you know, doing this work with a backdrop of polarization is pretty challenging. An essential aspect of this work is to keep people at the table, talking to one another. In the coming months, our ability to do that will continue to grow in importance. And this organization is the place where we can all support one another and advance ASAE's mission. The mission to transform society through the power of collaboration. To do that, we must come together in unity, in community. This is where we thrive. And as you heard from others on this stage, I am proud to say we are an organization that is thriving. I want to commend the passionate leadership of Michelle Mason and the dedication of the ASAE team, and the steadfast guidance of Linda Bouchard-Patterson and board members past and present. But so much of this organization's success, its future, depends on you and your engagement. Now, I appeal to you to join me in a pledge to take the energy that we all feel from this event and channel it to make our community even stronger. How can you do that? Share what you have learned here with others. Engage with ASAE's committees, and I mean really engage. Share your experience and perspective. Ask questions. Your engagement strengthens our organization, and in turn, you strengthen your own voice. Apply for awards programs. Give to the foundation. This work is timely and impactful. And I look forward to hearing from Jay Karen in just a few moments. Sign up for the newsletter or simply commit. Commit to keeping the conversation going with someone you've met right here in Cleveland. Keep talking, keep sharing, and keep expanding your network. Yes, there is a lot competing for our attention. But let's remember, our organization provides a solid foundation with concrete resources to help us thrive as we face head-on the challenges ahead. And now, I leave you with enormous confidence in this organization. Each of you in this room, your talent, your commitment, your values, you are a major source of my hope and optimism for this future. A future where the work that we do improves lives, strengthens organizations, and ultimately energizes our community.